I solemnly swear that I will tell the truth, the whole truth and nothing but the truth, under pains and penalties of perjury. Maybe you all don't want to hear this. I usually don't speak my mind, but it's time I pull off the blind. I'll open up with my opinions. It's not my way of living, but we all have rights that we're given. I can't change the past, present, or the future. I don't have solutions or a cure for cancer, but I can start by expressing my anger. Alright. I'm sick of people being obese, not caring with what they eat. Encouraging the youth is how we teach. What happened to the drive and motivation? You think teaching the kids across the nation how to eat like pigs with fries and bacon, it's a sentence straight to Satan. No care is given until high blood pressure is winning. Why not teach and encourage the way of living and give these kids a proper vision? I'm tired of seeing lazy people getting financial benefits. We need to put an end to it. Blue-collared workers have the etiquette and welfare bums create the deficit. Welfare needs to be addressed. All applicants need drug tests to keep track of what they ingest. Hitting rocks and smoking bowls because they're obsessed. It ain't gonna fly, we must protest. He's 10 years old and has a cell phone. Buried beneath a screen in his own home. Controller in hand, gaming in his comfort zone. Socializing in fresh air is definitely unknown. He'd rather stare at a screen than care to be heard or seen. He'd rather text his friends than play catch on the green. It's the new age developing teen. Hey, I'm all game for a change, but when the takeover happens, who's to blame? We need to evolve and I'm not ashamed, but when they're creating hoverboard and Segway lanes because we're too lazy to use our brains, that's when we need to break the chains. What will be next? People are gonna think for us? While we sit on the couch eating potato chips and doing angel dust? Hopped up on prescribed Ritalin. These are the drugs they pump into our children. Here are some OxyContin, synthetic heroin. 8 years old and you might as well just bury him. This social media is next level. Internet warriors luring teens, when will the dust settle? It's what you hear on the radio, see on the TVs, or watching the videos. It's how it's done, so now you know. Give a degree to the next MC that claims he can be all he can be, not like the old saying in the army. He signs a deal with no education or facts on what's real. Probably can't even read what they wrote him, but he's the one who gets the deal. Has no skill and isn't bright, but his hard life and gang activity, it's totally alright. Design an album and put it online to feed these kids with this nonsense. Waste their money on this garbage instead of rent. The underground community has proven talent, 100 times better than the shit they're selling. Too bad we can't get light to expose our roots. Watch it grow, kick out the mainstream and steal the show. It's all not what it used to be. The attitudes of these kids, we can't let it be. Open the door for that lady, went out the door immediately. Take your hat off at the table, it's been ignored. Eat with your mouth closed is just a chore because it's just not that important anymore. Let's teach these kids that manners are critical. It doesn't take a lot to go a long way, it's very minimal. They see their elders are lost in translation. The technology took their patience. The elders are still going to the bank. They still pick up a phone to say thanks. They still send something in the mail, don't have an email, and haven't heard of the meaning fail. Elders are respected for a reason. They have been through the treason, the hardships and bad days, the hard work with no pay. The concept of a dollar can go a long way. I may be born in the 80s, but I have more respect because life isn't gravy. We worked hard for what we got, no one made me. Kids go to school with no ambition, waste mom and dad's money on tuition. Sex, drugs, and alcohol is their only mission. One day might wake up, but it's too late for fixing. They get their first job, can't work worth shit cause they never had to. But now that time is past due, so it's like rounding them up with the last 2 lost puppies in full effect. Throw them to the wolves on their last breath, watch them struggle. Place bets that these new age kids are far from vets. When they call in sick, they act like a bitch. Send a text because it's way more quick than to pick up a phone and be legit. I speak towards not all the youth, I speak towards the majority of you, and this is what I see as the truth. The media intensifies the abuse, so we see more than we need to. There's parents that keep the drive alive and teach their kids the values, and that I salute you. It's something I'm not used to. I'm talking like I'm wise. I'm 31 and feel so alive. I strive to prove I'm on the next level. No rebel, but worked hard to create a place to settle. I thank my mom and dad for the good and the bad, because we made do with what we had. I've accomplished more in my lifespan than someone double my age can. As a grown man, I've reached as high as I've imagined. Filled with drive and passion, I become a father, a husband, built an empire and a mansion, a life definitely worth having. I know the value of $1. I've pinched pennies and collected quarters. I've banked my wage and become a hoarder until my investments fell in order. I can spend freely and finally be me. Hard work pays off, our companies are successful, and for that I give back. I donate to the less needy. I am the farthest thing from selfish or greedy. I buy gifts for kids at Christmas, make a donation to help their wish list. I do it because I care. I put my feet in their shoes and think as if I'm there. It opens me up and makes me proud that I'm able to help and be a voice in the crowd. I'm no role model, at least I don't think I am, but I preach that the youth can give a damn and start listening to the ones that matter. The ones that are truly on top of the ladder in a proper perspective. Not some piece of shit like Kanye West who's been selected. A voice of irony and garbage. A cocky waste of breath, dying carcass who should be wiped out with the next harvest. My conclusion is that I'm not better than most, but I do believe that we have some hope. A message can spread from coast to coast. The youth are the future, so let's go for broke. If we can bring it all back to the roots, it's how they're raised, so we need to recruit. Let's start with these words, then put on the boots. I speak the truth to the best of my ability, and I'll live by the truth because it's been instilled in me.